Hi, you're already here. Elizabeth and I are so excited for our Facebook Live event today. So follow me. I'm on my way into the Hi, you're already here. Elizabeth and I are so excited for our Facebook Live event today. So follow me. I'm on my way into the studio. Here's the Pour studio, and I see you in a minute. Hi, everybody. I'm so excited that Elizabeth and I are back. So let's bring her right in so we don't lose any time together.
Hello from the tundra. Can you hear me? Can you see me? It is pitch black in Minnesota. I mean, it's 7 o'clock and it's been pitch black for like a half an hour at least, Ulli. I'm telling you, it's wild.
Only have one thing to say. You need the sunlight drops now. Oh my God. I'm shocked, to be honest.
It is
Very
so dark. We have daylight saving, the big switcheroo. So we'll get an hour back on Sunday, but it is really that shifting season. And I have to tell you one other thing that happened today, which I know the season is changing. The guys came and set up the boards for our backyard hockey rink today. I heard some drilling going on and I was like, what's happening? And they were out there ready to go, even though it was 80 degrees and a record-breaking warm day.
That's what I was just asking, because remember last year you were telling me that for the very first time they opened the golf course back up for Thanksgiving because it wasn't getting cold. So is it really time already for some skating, which is wonderful?
I think we're just hoping. They're getting us on. They got the boards out. We have a little company. It's a great little outfit. They come and set up the boards and then they store them for us because we have a city garage. So we have no room to store the boards. And my kids are just so excited already. And you can feel the shift, though. It's happening. And we have had a really, really beautiful fall in the Twin Cities. And people are logging in and saying hello. It's so nice to see you all.
I know. There's Priscilla. Hello, Priscilla. And we have Anne here. So good to see you. And we have Camilla. And we have, Pomor says, hi, Tanya. And we have Donna here. And I'm seeing we have so many people from Minneapolis. Let's see if we can find a non-Minneapolis person here.
I see Terry from Seattle. Do you see Terry from Seattle?
I don't see Terry from Seattle because we have already a long list.
I know.
But I see my hubby and he's in Las Vegas. Hi, Frank.
Oh my gosh.
We have Roxanne from Lakeland. So Minnesota is the land of 10,000 lakes, which is actually more than 11,000. So I'm making a guess she's in Minnesota.
She definitely is. I know. I love seeing everybody pop in. This is so much fun. We've got people from Hastings and all sorts of folks who were really excited to log in tonight and get to chat. I don't know. You can see the shift in the air because my DMs on my Instagram have been lighting up with people asking about Pour Moi Climate Smart Skincare. It's like intuitively in Minnesota, we know that the winter is coming. Things are going to get so dry. And I think as I talk about the fact that I don't experience that anymore. I don't have this like shifting of the seasons and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, my skin is tight. I have dry patches. And that's because I'm using skincare that is right for the weather and it's right for the climate. I think people intuitively are going, wait a second, how can I make this change too?
Yeah. And you know what I saw this year, and I was just in Minneapolis in Twin Cities with you last week, it is much drier than last fall. So
Yeah.
last fall was very humid. We had to send out the Marine Day cream because it was unusually humid. And this year, when I came in from the airplane, it looked parched. Like everything looked like it didn't have enough water. Has it rained already since I left?
Barely. I mean, we got a little bit of rain the other day and then that's been it. I don't think we got a single day of rain in all of September, which is very, very unusual. So we went from so wet and so much rain to needing the rain. And if you can't get the rain from the sky, you better put it on your face with the raindrops.
Yeah. That's why I was just saying, I think right now it was so hot and humid in the summer. So now you have this dry desert-like air almost in Minneapolis, way below 50% in humidity. So, it's a good time to start putting the raindrops on it. It's a probiotic that helps you to keep the good bacteria in place, and the bad bacteria doesn't take over, and that actually starts that vicious cycle of dehydrated skin from outside in, which is very often why you have dry skin. There's so much clinical studies now that eczema and rosacea and all these things are triggered by dryness in the air or too much humidity in the air, and then the skin reacting to it and starting the process. And it starts really with your bioflora on your skin, on your microbiome,
Yeah, that's huge. And I mean, I've talked about this before. I have 2 kids who have food allergies and eczema, which they seem to kind of go hand in hand. If they get that eczema really young, then they'll generally have food allergies. And I would notice, I mean, aside from the food flare-ups, it was the weather. It's always the weather. When the weather would shift, they would have a flare-up. And as they've gotten older, and as I've really been intentional about working on their gut health and that microbiome within, it's amazing the difference that it has with their eczema. And so it totally makes sense that when it comes to your skin and putting that probiotic right on your face, the skin microbiome is like the next hot thing that everybody is talking about.
Yeah. It is, as we understand that it's balance that you want to have in skin. Yeah. You want to have the harmony that to the outside world, because the outer layer of the skin really you have only really the reaction and the protection to outside. As I always tell everybody, the stratum corneum consists of only dead skin cells. So there's no nucleus. The nucleus have been replaced with, I bring that always up. The nucleus has been replaced with dead skin cells. So this is the thick layer up here, where it doesn't matter what age, gender, ethnicity you are. It doesn't know it, your skin. It's really dead human skin cells, but they biochemically are alive with the natural moisturizing factor and with keratin, which makes it that strong barrier to the outside world, but it's softer than your hair. Even if it uses the same, keratin is in your hair, in your nails, in your skin, and gives it that toughness that we need to the outside world. But before we get into everything, let's talk about the tree, the necklace.
Oh my gosh.
It's so beautiful.
I love this.
Yeah, I know. Sarah named it such a beautiful name. It's the Tree of Life necklace. I absolutely love it. And that, the Tree of Life is really the 4 seasons where the tree goes through with having leaves, having no leaves, having golden leaves, having, blue, green leaves. So let's see the necklace.
Are you ready? This is the giveaway. And I've got the chain and I have the charm and I need to get them together. Okay, this is the charm.
Wow.
It
It's
is
so beautiful.
so beautiful. So it's like quarter sized, and I wasn't quite sure the size. We picked this out. This is another vintage piece of gold jewelry from the Emerald Carat. This is my sister's vintage gold jewelry business that we're just both obsessed with, Ulli and I think many of you who watch love it too. And it's this gorgeous moonstone with the gold around the edges. I am like obsessed with this. It is so stunningly beautiful. And it, of course, comes with the chain. I'll put the chain on. And Jenny always handpicks the most beautiful chains for us so that you will have this gorgeous heirloom piece. Oh, and Ulli, look at this chain. I love these when they have an extra little loop so you can decide how, if you want it a little shorter or a little bit longer. It looks like it can go 16 inches or 18 inches.
Yes, it's a stunning necklace. I think this is all handmade, the tree. It looks like that it was just, carved out, and that pearl in the background, that mother of pearl plate that it's on. It's just so beautiful. I can just see it with a turtleneck and some jeans, and you're going to look amazing. And then I see it also when you go out and you have maybe a little bit of a lower cut and you have a black blazer, and now it's going to really look very, very elegant. I mean, she has the most beautiful jewelry. So everybody who is looking for something really spectacular for the holiday season coming up and want to give a little bit of lasting jewelry, look it up. It's on Instagram only. So, but Jenny works with you with sizes. You just, write her a message and you will hear back within the same day. And she is just like her sister, the sweetest, and just try to make everybody happy. So
she also does husband wish lists, guys, and she is not in any way afraid to message your husband and say, hey, just FYI, your wife loves this. And a lot of husbands really love that.
That is an interesting thing.
I know.
I love this.
Because they don't, sometimes it's hard for men to pick out jewelry that their wife would love. It can be a personal, tricky thing. And so she will do that. It's really fun. But I love that we do this. This has become just such a fun tradition that at every one of our Facebook Lives, we pick out a special piece of jewelry and we do a really special giveaway for someone who's joining us.
Yes. So let's see how can you win it. Sarah is already probably putting out the links just in the message board, but go on our website. It says on the top, it says secret word. The secret word is tree. Tree. It doesn't matter if you spell it uppercase or lowercase. Tree is the secret word. Go there, enter it in, and around 10 minutes before the hour is done, we have Joanna, actually our head of customer service. She is going to use the Google random software, put all the names into it, and then they put a number out, and then we go by listing of the list, and that's how it's fair. And we had never had the same person win again.
No.
But all unique winners, and everybody writes us in between how much joy they got through this piece of jewelry that they won here. So I encourage everybody, play.
You can't win if you don't enter. So make sure you go. Oh, Jenny is great to work with. Okay, yes. Ulli, can I ask you, because Constance asked this question and I love this so much. So I just want to put you on the spot with it. She says, Ulli, I have a funny question to ask you. If you were stranded on an island and can only have one Pour Moi product with you, what would that product be?
That is a very, very good question. I personally would literally say the clarifying polish.
Wow.
Just because you want to have clean skin when you are there. And if it's only one product, because it does hydrate your skin too. If you of course, a cream helps too. But I personally feel like you need to, keep the cleaning, the cleaning routine up. It's extremely important for the skin. And you have so much of anti-aging ingredients, hydrating ingredients, moisturization ingredients in the hydrating balancer. I never talk enough about how extraordinary the product really is. It's a 3-in-1. It's a softener. It's a cleanser. It's an exfoliator. So if you have only one product from Pour More, that's the product. And then the second product you need to bring from a different company is your SPF.
Yeah.
So that's the 2 products you need to have on an island. But, hopefully you can bring another product, and that will be, the day cream for tropical, if you're on a tropical island, or desert, if you're on a desert island. And then you can have your SPF even better sitting on your skin. And don't forget the Pour More creams. They give you a layer of protection that no other products does. And, because it's patented and went through all the testing and it's proven to work, it slows down oxidation and at the same time gives you that moisturization coat that you need so you keep moisture balance. And that's how, this is the one skin looking without it, and that is the skin looking with it. And it just makes such a difference.
Isn't this crazy, Ulli?
So if you want to look beautiful on that island, you need the day cream in addition.
Yeah, you do. Okay, that answer surprised me about the clarifying polish, but you're right. I mean, that is one thing that I love about like the clarifying polish and the masks is it's just a lot of people, I think you think of like a mask or a mask as being nice when it's on, but then it's off and it's kind of done. Or a cleanser being, cleaning, but then it's sort of a throwaway after that. And I love how your products are so intentionally designed that there is added benefit to each one. And I think that's great. That was a good question, Constance.
That was
throwing some good ones out there.
Really good question. And yes, keeping our skin clean, healthy, clear is the start to everything. The reason why we don't have a cleanser yet is we are working on a very innovative, completely new way how to clean your skin to keep it really differently clean as we understand it. So we didn't want to go out and create another gentle, good cleanser, as you say, because there's a tons of them already out. And we don't need more waste and more products that are just, thrown out. Everybody, I truly believe, Pour More is not doing anything anybody else is doing. We're doing our own line of products. They are all innovative. They all serve a purpose. And when it's not ready, it's not ready. And we're not just going to throw something up because of a CFO saying, oh, you can maximize profits because now you're going to just throw all kinds of different products, as normally that's how you build skincare and skincare success. We are doing it climate smart in being less products and really coming out with new products that are actually important. We believe are important. And so I say to everybody, go out, get a gentle cleanser at the supermarket or at Sephora. Do not spend a fortune on it because Elizabeth is right. It really has very little benefit other than, gently taking off what you have on your skin. And then once a week in the dry season, use the clarifying polish because that's an in-depth cleansing and treatment. And in the humidity, you use it twice a week.
Yep. Everybody got that. Clarifying polish once a week when it's dry, twice a week when it's humid. And that is where it's so much about, it's a different thought process where you're not thinking about, do I have oily skin? Do I have dry skin? Am I this? Am I that? It's much more reminding yourself that your body is always adjusting to where it is. Your body is so brilliant and knows where it is. And so these products are meant to support that natural process, which I love so much. Oh, we've got a weird question. I like these weird questions, guys.
I do. Dry around the ears. So that's a very good question. So you are dry around the ears, which I highly recommend to use the raindrops.
Raindrops,
That
yeah.
means something is off, and just by putting heavy moisturizers, I'm sure you tried that already. It doesn't work. It dries it more out. So put the put the drops, the raindrops on it, and after the raindrops, put the day cream, any kind of skincare product you have, because you want to, make sure you lock it in,
Yeah.
and have the help. And I think this will definitely help you. I know a couple of people who have dryness about the ears, and the raindrops just, it got all away with it. So maybe, you like me, you put your hair down behind the ears, and maybe you got a little bit of a sunburn in the summer,
Yeah.
and it left you with some damage on the skin, and it now shows that the skin barrier is upset and too dry. So let's give it some repair. So I would also maybe put, one drop of the sunlight drops and one drop of the raindrops, and it should clear it up. I do it all the time too. It's my
Wow.
mom says terrible habit.
I'm in my headband era, so I just keep putting them back with headbands, which does help. But by the end of the day, I am like, I got to get this thing off my head, and I can't because my hair is permanently crimped into this position until I wash it.
Yes. So, I think it's so interesting with the different season, because it really, I think this year has gone faster than any other year. I feel like, I don't know if it's, getting older or being just so insanely busy that I'm lately, that it just, I feel like there is no break in between. We are going from spring to summer to fall, and now we're already in the Christmas season and the holiday store, which is, my favorite season, but came too fast.
It's been very busy. I feel the same way. I feel like all of a sudden we were ending the summer, and then now we're ending October, and it's Halloween, which has been really crazy. What's happening? Like, what are you most excited about with Pour Moi right now? Because I keep telling you, I feel like this is when people are really catching on and they're really getting it. And these things have, it takes a little time. And when you are an innovator like this, and you are looking at skincare in a completely different way, there's a lot of education that goes on. Like, people have to understand how it works in order to take the plunge and start using it.
Yeah. What people don't understand most of the time, what I found, is it's that unique concept of skin optimization.
Mm-hmm.
So what we found I mean the scientific community, and since our patents are now in the Library of Medicine in the United States National Library of Medicine, I'm actually, I'm the inventor on it. So I have been told I'm allowed now to tell myself being part of this, officially being part of the scientific community. But the skin optimization, so the 21st century research has shown that the skin, the outer layer of the skin, the stratum corneum, where dead skin cells, are in building this barrier outside, that the natural moisturizing factor, which is skin's natural moisturizer, has 24 different ingredients, amino acids, hyaluronic acid, glycerin. It has vitamin C, D, E, A, everything in it already, that keeps that keratin soft and smooth, so we can take an impact, and skin can do its job to keep, what it really does, it keeps us alive. It protects life, not just your heart, your lungs, and everything else. It protects life, the most precious thing on the planet. That skin is constantly changing. It has so well adapted over the tens of millions of years that human have been evolved. So this goes back to anthropology, that now our skin literally changes daily on its level of how it stays hydrated, how it protects itself from oxidative stress that comes maybe from wildfire smoke or pollution, how it tries to, create vitamin D as it can with some sunlight. And so the need for a skincare, a 21st century skincare that actually adjust for this real time allows you to make this adjustment. And I have here a really very good graph that I always show.
Oh, I love this.
The
Thank you.
difference is exactly the difference is really that everybody starts out good. So you have a very good brand and everybody starts, you have performance on one line and you have time on the other, and everybody is doing really well. And I'm going to take this off so we can see it. But over time you can see other brands because the weather is changing and you're using the same cream every day over and over. It doesn't matter what the weather is, doesn't matter what the season is, doesn't matter what the location is. So it starts performing less. Okay. And then it comes back into a season where the performance is better again. And then it goes up again. But overall, it doesn't give you that thriving performance that skincare can actually do for skin, as you see always on my hands. And with Pour More, you just, because you are able to adapt it yourself to the weather, so you can rotate, but you never have to guess because you have the cream finder there that tells you, AI technology that pulls your exact locations, weather, your exact locations, humidity, and then it tells you exactly what day cream you need to use. And so that's how it immediately gives you that skin optimization. You just scan the QR code, and then based on that, it tells you what cream you use, and you use that cream. And I'm going to always show how little you need. That's all
it, guys.
you need for your neck, for your entire face. Look, when I spread it out, it goes all the way to my elbow.
It's
this little thing.
And I love that you show that. I think that graphic is so important because I was just talking with a girlfriend who I was with 2 weekends ago, and she is wonderful and she's very smart, but she is on this skincare roller coaster, and she will post on social media like every few months. She'll be like, hey, what skincare line are you guys using and loving? I've tried XYZ. Here's my skincare graveyard. And what is happening is that every few months, like, she's high on life when she starts using it. And she's like, okay, I feel so good. I can see a difference. I feel a difference. And then it levels out, or it stops being effective. And so finally I gave her some truth talk, and I was like, listen, like, this isn't going to work. You need to, if you want consistent results, you have to be consistent, and you have to use a skincare line that adjusts with the season. And I mean, I guess if you want to try to find 4 different skincare lines and one that sort of works for every season and then swap it out,
that doesn't work, Elizabeth. And let me tell you why. Because skincare is like Lego blocks. So there's 4,000 different ingredients with different delivery systems that are delivering vitamin C, so many choices. So when you switch from one product to another and it's not integrated, formulated, you start completely again from the beginning. So everything you build up is gone. It's kind of like building blocks that don't stick together. Pour More is really the only skincare line that is developed as a complete 360-degree system. You can rotate and interchange, and they are built. And that's why it took like 6 years to actually get out with these formulas. They're all done from scratch. They perform. And we are no drugs. No cosmetic is drugs. I always tell everybody, so it's not allowed to do anything. America has the strongest drug laws in the world. That's one of the reasons why cosmetic wasn't as regulated as other countries, because other countries have much more leaner drug laws than the United States. So in the United States, you're immediately a drug. So cosmetics are only there to protect you from outside, so you can put a moisture layer into the skin that is, creates a real shield against it. And so you slow down oxidative stress that comes into your body, which is into your skin. That actually starts breaking it down. So you stop it right on the top and slow it down. And then at the same time, you give it like a blueprint to the skin of how its natural moisturizing factor should be optimal in this weather, so it can find itself being, hit with too dry, too hot, too humid, too dry air, that it can easily start adjusting itself with this adaptation process, and then skin does the rest.
Yeah.
This is natural. As you can see, there's no laser. This is not, whitened skin where you can see it's thinner than the other. I mean, you have seen it in person. It's a completely transformed skin. It takes time. It takes consistency, and it takes you to adjust your skincare to the weather. And that's all it takes.
Yeah, that's it. And it's the consistency that's key. So I think, if people are going, okay, I used it for a couple of weeks and then I don't have totally faded dark spots. I mean, that's like an unrealistic expectation for what can happen. It just takes time and consistency, and you will start to see the difference. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, I loved how my skin felt. Now I've been using it for over 3 years.
Yeah.
And I always tell this story that Ulli had come on the show. We were doing Zoom interviews during the pandemic when you launched the product. And I was like, oh, this is really intriguing. And I'd kind of been trying to figure out, I wasn't committed to a skincare line at that point. I hadn't been for a couple years. And I was just kind of hopping between different things and sort of figuring things out. And then when you came in the studio in person and I saw your hands in person, you'd given me some of the products and I didn't tell anyone. I was just like, I'm going to use these every day and just see what happens. And it was in July. And I just started to go, I didn't really think about it. I just was like, this is what I use. And then I started to notice a few months in, oh my gosh, like I started using, what it really got me is I just started using less and less makeup because I just didn't have anything to cover up. And I wear less makeup on television at 43 years old than I wore when I was 22. And that's
amazing. That's wonderful. And that's how it should be. You shouldn't feel like you have a mask on, and you don't anymore. And, your skin looks so beautiful, but you give it time, Elizabeth, and you have healthy routines.
Yeah.
You can hold as a contrast that you are always indoors with these bright lights that dry you out in addition. So skincare, has to work maybe a little bit harder for you because of your profession than, other ones. But your skin is just absolutely beautiful. And that is because you keep it in harmony. And harmony is something that is core to you. You want harmony at your family. I have been so lucky to be invited to your beautiful house that sings harmony, because we don't want us to do screaming. Nothing screams in your house. Everything sings in your house with the chicken. And it's just so beautiful. But also when I come to your workplace, the studio, Mandy, Twin Cities Live, it's harmony. So I think it's an important concept, harmony, when it comes to skincare, when it comes to our world that is getting more difficult by the second. Can I say that? Because it really, truly, it happens by the second. And you wake up the next day, it's like, oh my God, so much new things and so much has happened. And, the environments are harsher. The world is more difficult, but at the end of the day, it's simple as well. We want to have our family safe. We all want to have harmony. It doesn't matter what background you come from, how wealthy or not wealthy you are, how, whatever it is. Harmony is, I believe, core to us human.
Yeah.
And when we're off balance, we are just not ourselves. And that's true for the skin as well. So, and I think people get it now more. I think as the world is a little bit more off balance, they want to have more balance. And so they also look for this maybe now in skincare, where it makes scientifically so much sense to optimize your skin and then give it a chance to work for you. So for the dark spots, don't use anything in particular other than the 3-step system and the clarifying polish. And I use my products every day. Here is the reason why I don't forget. I use it as a palette. So every product that I use in the morning, I put on my hand and then I apply it to the skin. I never directly apply it, or I apply it like this, because and I just wrote a blog about the story behind my hands. And maybe, Sarah, you can put the link to the blog post on it, and it will tell you that during the patent process, I had, we had to prove that topical solutions are more efficacy. The efficacy goes up of what they can do for you when they are formulated for the different climate you are in, and you switch them out. And that was proven. So then they were saying after, and that took years to prove, then they said, we just need one prototype of skin that shows us that these formulas really work and transform with rotation. So the suggestion was made that I use it on one hand and not on the other hand. And then they took a picture of my hands, and then I had to sign, a legal document that I will be consistent every day, using it in the morning and in the evening, not more, not less, consistently. And I will rotate to the weather and, where I am and what the season and daily weather is. And so because I, was sworn in for this, I started to use this just for myself to not forget. And so with the years, it has been really, it's really a big difference. And, and I saw the difference in my skin. Do I stop aging? No, of course I'm not stop aging. That's a natural process we all go through. Does my skin look better than most women that are, knocking on the 60? Yes, I do have, good skin, and people can see that I don't have lasers done or surgery or any kind of help other than using premium European skincare that works for the climate. But let's see if we have a couple more questions here.
Oh, these are great. I love that too. And as you're looking for a question, Ulli uses that hand as a palette. I kind of do the opposite, where I put everything in one hand and then I pat it into my skin and then I swipe onto both of my hands. So, you kind of get into your little routine and what works. And it takes seconds. It is seconds to do the skincare routine. And it really, once you're in the groove too, you just don't even think about it and you just do it. Okay, this is really fun. Another weird question. If you title your question "Weird Question," it's guaranteed to get answered.
Exactly. It's we call it the Pour More facialist. It's the gua sha facial massager. So why is it steel? And it's actually heavy in the hand.
It is heavy.
It's not made out of stone, where Pormo really loves natural materials. A stone would be so wonderful. And there's only one explanation for this. Stainless steel. That's the reason why you have surgery. Any kind of surgery you have is with stainless steel material. No bacteria will settle on it. Yeah. So when you massage your skin, even you washed it, bacteria is everywhere all the time. You would not believe when you look through a microscope. So this one will not have bacteria on it because it's stainless steel, and bacteria doesn't like it at all. So that's why the stainless steel is what you should do your massages with, and not a jade stone or anything else, because they attract bacteria. And bacteria is what eventually breaks down your skin. So you want to be very, very careful in what you use on your skin. So on the skin, we have the lymph system go through.
Yep.
So distribution of fluid on your body can happen, redistribution can happen because of air pressure. So you have a day in the Twin Cities, Elizabeth, where it's low air pressure. And, at that time, you feel like your hands are starting to get swollen.
Yeah,
Your face
puffy.
gets swollen. That's low air pressure. You have the feeling in an airplane cabinet too, because it has lower air pressure. And then on days where you have high air pressure, you don't feel swollen at all, so that's the two extremes. Now, this is really the real benefit. And when you get this, effects with it that are really work, is when you take and you start just moving up.
Yeah.
And, we have it where you use what side of the tool, but the truth is it doesn't matter. It's a steel. It gives you that edge. So you can literally make the lymph system move the fluid out. And often there's some toxin in there as well. So it cleans it all out, and you can feel it directly in your skin. So what I'm doing, I'm going around, I'm going every time you go up.
Yeah.
Never go down in your skin, because gravity is doing all the down movement for you already. So you go up. And, we have all these amazing exercises. I really only use it here, but
Yeah.
I do get a lot of, because I'm a lot in airplanes and everything else. You can see immediately when I don't use the tool, I get some distribution of fluid in my face. It's not swelling. It's not, there's no tissue swelling. It's literally fluid redistribution. I don't know what the fancy word for it is, because most skincare never talks about the lymph system and how to move that up. But trust me, you're going to look right away so much better. And it's really like a facial. When you don't have time to get a facial, just use that for a minute and you will look like, wow, my face looks so much tighter and better. But that's just because you help to get the fluid, you move the fluid out of your face.
This is what, when I'm consistent about using the gua sha tool, it is so good. I also have found, so I will use it because I'm really expressive with my forehead and I don't do any Botox or anything like that, but I will take it and just kind of go up over those wrinkles there just to sort of loosen it up. And it just feels really good. Like I feel tension releasing because that's where I'm the most expressive. And so I'll be like, up and down and up and down. And it feels good to let it loose. And I learned a ton about lymphatic drainage when I broke my ankle and I was in physical therapy. And my physical therapist, when I first went to him, he was like, have you been touching your ankle? And I was like, no, I don't touch it. He's like, you have to touch it and move this fluid. Like we have to move. And he would spend the first 10 minutes, it was like great, just pushing and moving the fluid up because it was settling and like pooling in my ankle and it was visible. And you could see the marks from his thumbs as it would like move. It was wild. I mean, it's really interesting. And the more, I love to do dry brushing on my body too. I love that that's all to stimulate that lymphatic system of moving things through and doing that on your face is huge. So at what point in the routine do you like to use it? Because you do want to have a little bit of glide on your skin. You don't want to do it on dry skin.
I don't use it every day.
Right.
Because, you don't build up so much fluid that you use it on the daily matter. And as I was saying, the weather, again, plays a big part of it.
Yes.
So when I feel like, when I'm in an airplane, I immediately start using it when I come out and I can just feel how it, how it changes. But it's when I do a mask. I
Yeah.
always use it after the mask because the skin is already hydrated and smooth. I use it before I go on TV. I use it when I go out for a special dinner to really, pick it up and look my very best. And then I would say once, twice a week, I am, give it a really good massage. And, follow it, as you said. I also, Elizabeth, I go with this one. I go here under
Oh, yeah.
because that this is not alone, so you have to go under
Yeah.
here,
To get
so
that
it
hood.
triggers that going up here, but you can really go into your eyes. I mean, you can use it on everything. Just make sure you don't poke your eye, but it really, you follow it. And we have the exercises are everywhere. There's a million influencers that show you how to use this tool in many ways. Don't overdo it, because everything you overdo is not good either. Do it, once, twice a week, and you will see a difference just on, your skin, on having, the skin gravitate down, or having hanging skin, and you feel like, you're losing the elasticity.
Yep.
That will definitely, because often it's just fluid. Once you get the fluid out, it starts, bouncing back.
Yeah.
So, I have it here just because we talked about ears. I love going all the way back to the ears. I feel like always it builds up here by me. So
okay. So people are asking too, where can I get that tool? And that's included in the Radiance Refining bundle that is available right now and maybe Sarah can put the link to that bundle. I linked it in my social media today too. So it's all linked up.
And I think you can buy it individually too. Oh, Sarah, give me I think we always have it that nobody is, forced into buying a bundle if they don't want to. So you can just buy it by yourself, and it's a few dollars, and you have it forever. It's a very, very, as I said, heavy. It's a good, and it's complete stainless steel. So it's not like 99% stainless steel. It's the same material that your operating, any operating tools are made out to. So because of that, yes.
That's so great. That's such a good, that's just intentional too, just part of your skincare. Oh, look at Becky says, I'm so in love with raindrops during our dry weather. Yeah. And you really changed things for me at our last Facebook Live, because I wasn't thinking about the raindrops as a probiotic. I was thinking about them only if I'm in like a really dry environment. So if I was on an airplane, I kept them with me, or if I was in like a hospital or something, I'd put them on. But using them, adding them daily, I have really loved.
Yeah. And everybody asks always what sunscreen I use, and I always give the same answer: the one that is on sale at the drugstore, because FDA regulates sunscreen, SPF. So every product has the same by law in. They cannot have more, they cannot have less. It is highly regulated SPF. So, and it impacts the entire formula. So it takes up the majority of any formula. So all these ingredients that being told you what all it does in addition, it's not enough to do anything. It is really an SPF. So I'm using, I'm using the SPF. What's important, expiration date. By law, SPF has an expiration date. So I always look like that it has like 2 years left. I want to have a fresh one when I buy it. I don't want to buy one. I know when you open it, you have another year left, but SPF is so easily ineffective. It hardly stays effective on your skin. Within an hour, it's 50% done. So, you want to really buy it when it's, manufactured. So when you go there, just, as you do it when you buy your grocery, don't be ashamed, turn it around. Where's the expiration date? And, go through a couple of them and see the ones that are, made that year and have like 2 years left. And that's the one I would recommend to buy.
Okay, so you say the ones that's on sale. I'm a little more picky than that. I will tell you a couple that I really like. So I like one from the I only like mineral sunscreens. I don't like any chemical sunscreens. I don't like avobenzone, oxybenzone, any of it. It irritates the heck out of my skin. And so I don't use any of those. If those work for you, then more power to you, but they don't work for me.
I only use them in extreme sun. So if
Yeah.
I'm up in a mountain,
Okay.
that's the only sunscreen that
Because
makes
they
sense.
really they irritate my eyes. I
Yeah, no,
like really
it's
bad around my eyes.
extreme. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
So I
when
just
you need to use it, stay out of the sun, you
yeah.
know. So I'm using only mineral.
So I use
SPF.
minerals, so it has to have zinc, zinc oxide. And so there's one from the company Ilia that is a skin tint. I've talked about this before, but it's like a little dropper. And it's a tinted serum. And I really like that because it gives me just a little bit of coverage and the SPF. And then I also like one from the company Kinfield. It's Kinfield. And my one pro tip, since Ulli has talked to me so much about the intentional use of sunscreen, we actually did a whole podcast episode on my podcast, Best to the Nest, talking about intentional use of sunscreen and how a lot of us have kind of been sold this idea that you put it on in your moisturizer in the morning and you're set for the whole day, which is not true. I don't use it in the morning. I don't use it if I'm just going to know that I'm going straight to the studio and I'm going to stay there and then I'm going to leave and I'm going to come out and it's dark or it's evening hours. I don't use it. I have been keeping a little bottle with me. So I go through it fast and then get another bottle. And then I literally, the Kinfield one I really like because I can just pat it over my makeup. And this is what I did when I was just in Sedona, Ulli, the whole time. I didn't put it on in the morning because I was getting right on a bus and
Exactly.
And then as soon as we were getting ready to go out to see the Grand Canyon, I was like, doop, squirt, and then all over.
Yeah, very smart. Very smart. Yeah, no, you do it completely great. And the Ilia products are fantastic. I have some of them too, just beautiful cosmetics.
Yeah.
And, you know, their SPF is beautifully worked in. But you have to be, I love the Elizabeth word, is intentional.
Mhm.
And that's how you need to use it in an intentional way. It is not like a moisturizer that keeps your skin hydrated and protected with that moisture shield all day. That's not what SPF does. It's a temporary solution, and there's much more to it. You should stay in the shade during the peak hours of the day. But here's an interesting question from Linda, who says in the winter, some days she doesn't go out at all. So what should she use, temperate or polar or Arctic, which is our Frosty Summit? So that's a fantastic question. So here, Linda, is the amazing thing about humans. So everybody has heard the term AI, artificial intelligence. And how artificial intelligence work is it is a predictive technology that learns and then predicts of what's going to be, the, most likely actions to take or how something should be. All learning is prediction. That's how the human body actually works as well. So when we are in the winter in a cold climate, your brain knows that outside it's cold and it's very, very dry. And your skin, even you are inside in a controlled environment, what research found is your skin is not waiting for you to go out. You might be dragged out there. You might be, so it gets already to these climate conditions inside as well.
Wow.
So it is in the moment it turns and cold was always the number one reason why we died, much more than heat and humidity, what has changed recently, but the human haven't adapted to this new situation yet. That's why we die so much of heat strokes. The system hasn't worked it out yet for human. So to protect yourself from cold life, your body is starting to get ready for you if you ever gonna walk out there. So if your cream finder tells you polar, even if you are inside, use the polar day cream.
Wow.
because it will have that kind of chemistry in it. Even you're not going to get the air from outside, but you wanna not have your skin starting to try something crazy of getting itself ready for outside. The polar day cream will calm it down.
That's amazing. Okay, here's an even further. What if you're getting on an airplane and going to another destination? Do you put the day cream on for the destination that you're getting to, or is it for the destination that you left?
Well, in the morning, it's the destination that you left.
Yeah.
If you fly out in the morning because you're going to go to the transition. If you land in the early afternoon, what I do, if I go from an extreme one climate, like say it's cold in Minnesota, you fly out already in the morning and you land in Florida at 1 or 2. At that point, I use the clarifying polish because I'm in a new environment, and then put the tropical day cream on, even if it's an afternoon.
Okay, that's great. Yeah. So like when you're freshening up to, you get to your hotel and you're going to go to lunch or whatever, just do a quick wash of your face, which feels so good after a plane anyway.
Yeah,
And
use
then
clarifying polish. Take it all off.
Yeah.
That artificial air. I mean, an airplane is a extreme environment for skin for the time you are in. So it will feel so good, so clean. You put the new, and it's like you dress your skin like you dress yourself. So now you take off your winter coat and your big sweater, and you have a summer dress on in Miami, and so that's how it works.
So good. Okay, Shirley, this is a great, nice little message. I need to order a complete kit. Do you recommend the subscription so it automatically comes? I'm from Lino Lakes, Minnesota. Watch Elizabeth every day. Love the Pour Moi products. Shirley, thank you so much. I think the subscription kit is the way to go. It's the most cost effective. And then you have your core product set. And then I always recommend that people look for the kits that we talk about on the show to supplement to get the other products. So, if we do a kit with the clarifying polish and the raindrops, get that, because then you're set and you just keep building up your collection and then you've got everything ready to go.
Yeah. And, the subscription service, you never have to think about, you get every seasonal what you need. And, and sometimes because we are very much about effectiveness and safe products. So like right now, our black serum is sold out, but that is only for the individual products. If you are on the subscription, we have put a certain amount away, so you're not going to be most likely not affected by it. Maybe you are, but it looks like nobody's going to be affected on the on the subscription service. So it comes with the perks that you will be definitely making sure all the products are available for the people who make a commitment to us. So we make a commitment back. And then, of course, we're trying for everybody else to have everything available as well as soon as possible. But we're definitely making sure that, the subscription service is, what the advantage of a subscription service is also it helps a company with supply and demand. So we know so many people are on subscription. This is where we need to go. That this is what we need to, get. It's an overall really great thing. I was very we didn't get right away subscription like everybody else because I thought, people love the product, they reorder. There was so much negative about subscription and a club, and I didn't want to make people feel like they have to sign up for something. But now where we have the subscription for 1 year, I really like it as a business owner as well, because it really makes it better in some ways. You can plan better for it, a lot of things. And so it's a great thing.
And you can do like what my mom does. My parents spend now that they're retired. Well, my mom's not really retired, but my dad is. So they spend part of the year in Florida and part of the year in Minnesota. And it's very easy for her to switch. So she switches. She knows, which products she needs. She has things sent to Florida so that she's all set because she obviously needs different ones there. And then in their house there, she doesn't even travel with skincare when she goes to Florida because she just keeps her kit there and she just locks the little tops shut if she's not going to be there for a few weeks.
Yeah,
and then she opens it up and she's good to go.
Yeah. And here's our very good friend, Becky. He has the cutest grandson. I'm like obsessed with her. Amazing.
Aww.
He's so cute. Oh my God. And, Becky agrees harmony with us is really the core of everything. You can, find your balance or try to find your balance is a really, really important thing. So I think we should bring Sarah in and see what's happening. Becky, you just gave us the keyword here. Harmony brings us back to the Tree of Life necklace. And let's see what Sarah has to say, who is the lucky winner.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me okay? Great. Awesome.
Sarah, you're going to be upset because you want this, don't you?
Oh my God, I so want that. And I'm not eligible. Actually, I want every pendant. I would totally layer them all.
I know. They're so good. We already have fun things coming for the next one.
Yeah, I was just going to say, wait till you guys see what the one is for December. I'm so excited about that one too. So we had a really great turnout for number of submissions, and we have a winner, and the winner is
Hold on, I'm going to make that drum. Here you
go. Jody Westad from Faribault.
Faribault.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. That just shows that you haven't been to visit us, Sarah.
Jody, write us a little note. So I'm going to scroll all the way down. Oh, we got so many wonderful comments.
Jody from Faribault. I'm so excited for you.
This is Jody. I will reach out to you via Facebook or email, and I'll get you your address, and we will send that right out to you.
Yep. We'll get it sent out from the station tomorrow. I carry the precious cargo and I have a whole plan and it's so fun. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is really fun.
And for everybody who is buying their own Christmas gift, we have a special coupon code that I completely forgot about it, being so much into the Facebook Live. So if you already ordered and you ordered any kind of gifts, make sure you give us a call and we, of course, honor the code. So use Holiday 15 for an additional 15% off. Our great holiday store is open. And as we always say every year, nobody ever returns the gift of younger looking skin. Nobody.
No, that's amazing because I was already looking at the holiday gift store. Marjorie and I recorded another podcast today. And so we were talking about it, Ulli, and it is so good. Like the holiday, you guys go over the top good with the holiday gift set. So I think really getting it as a gift is a great idea. And then also strategically looking at what you're going to want for yourself for the year this is the time to buy, and having that extra 15% off is amazing.
Yes, we want everybody, after all, you have to give everybody a little something. And with Pomor, you don't have to know the skin type, the age, the ethnicity. Yeah. You can just say, okay, let's get a couple of stocking stuffers and little gifts. And, it's French skincare. Everybody loves it. But Tina wants to know the link for the jewelry. And the jewelry store is on Instagram, not on Facebook. And you go to the Emerald Karat.
Yep, the Emerald Carat. So Karat. So it's kind of a fun little play. The Emerald Carat, like carat as in 14 karat.
And let's have Sarah just put it into the chat.
Yeah.
So everybody who is looking for it and hasn't checked it out before, this is where you find it, and so many, and everyday new things. Before we go, Elizabeth, tell this story, because she is actually married to a very special man that, has that jewelry background in a way that, you will explain what he does. He actually was melting them in, and she is a rescuer of beautiful, unique things that have been done with so much love that are just too beautiful to be melted in.
They're too beautiful. So Craig, my sister's husband, has a family business where they have been doing metal refining for 100 years. And so they get all sorts of metals and pieces, and the standard has been to just melt it down and sell it. And so, you know, that's been their business model. And then my sister was like, back up the train. I'm going to buy some of this stuff. So she goes through and she finds the beautiful pieces and she rescues them from the melting pot. And then she will take them to a special jeweler who she works with. And she makes sure that all of the clasps are in great shape and she replaces things and all of that. And then
they're truly one of a kind, right?
They're one of a kind. And then she posts them on her Instagram.
Jewelry.
Yeah, it's been really fun to see the success. And I think it's also been really fun to see, you know, people, when you talk about like, we talk about it being intentional all the time. And it's such a great fit with the Emerald Carrot because it really is things that are already made that can be loved versus always making something new and buying something new. And it's always worth something. Like this bracelet my husband got me through Jenny. These earrings, you know, all the things. And it's a really fun follow. But if you like something, you better message her fast because they sell fast.
Yeah, you know, the both of us, we always write too late. But last time I got the world, and I have to show it last time. I get so many compliments on the world. I got that one. But I want to say something about that, you know, that things are not the same anymore. And I don't want to sound like an old lady here, but I just saw it on Instagram, and it was a British actress who was talking about, and she was talking about that, you know, we all know that Elon Musk put hundreds and thousands of satellites in the sky. And they all look like stars. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world today. You lie on the floor in the grass, or you stand on your window and you look up to the sky and it twinkles down. And the truth is, you are only looking at some stars and you are looking at some satellites. So the reality is, you know, us older ladies, and you too, Elizabeth, when you were a child, and, you know, when we looked at the sky, we only saw stars, and that doesn't exist anymore. All our kids who are looking now at the sky, they see a combination of, you know, satellites and stars, and you cannot tell them apart. They showed the whole thing. I mean, it's crazy. You most likely see more satellites, you know, when you look with the eyes because they're closer than stars. So that's gone. It will not be brought back that we can look at a sky with stars that we all, you know, most of us here have all experienced, and it's so unique. So linking this to your sister's jewelry, you know, that's what she was saying to me. These old jewelry that is so much handmade, you know, when they used machinery, they used it in a different way. We have today a lot of mass processes. Now we have AI who designs everything perfect, but it's that imperfection in this, you know, precious jewelry that makes it so special, that you can see that somebody were like, you know, probably spending hours, you know, figuring this out and putting it together. So that's why I like it so much. Every of these pieces are special, and some of them are, you know, over 100 years old. She says a lot of them is really old jewelry. So we're not talking, you know, something that nobody wants anymore from recent years, that it's just out of fashion. She has like literally, you know, truly where you can give it the name vintage precious jewelry, you know, so very beautiful.
And we'll have a special, really special one on our next Facebook Live, which is December 2nd.
Yes.
I know. I actually have it in my possession, but I just, this is just it.
Teaser, very secretly around in the house.
Yes. It's just going to stay in a secret location. It's been really fun. And we so appreciate the support of, you know, Jenny's business and all of you who follow her. And I think That's another thing. Like, it's a really beautiful thing to know the people that are behind the business that you're buying from, and to buy something from, these smaller companies, these smaller businesses where, people are really putting their heart and soul into it. And I think I do believe there's like an energy to that then when you bring those items into your home.
For sure.
And there's a responsibility that people who own these small businesses feel. And I am coming from a person who works for a family-owned company. I just think that that's really special. And that's important to be intentional about where you're spending your dollars.
For sure. And that brings me to the last part, the giveaways that I have also forgotten about. Just, with so much going on.
Sarah will keep you on track. Sarah will remind you. Sarah, it's looking so beautiful there in Seattle.
Yeah, it's sunset. So a little bit past sunset, but yeah, not a cloud in the sky right now, which has been rare all day.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's absolutely gorgeous. But us, it's getting dark now too.
Well, it's been dark here for 10 hours, okay, guys? Like, I've been living in pitch black.
Yeah, that's when I said bring it back. Sunlight drops.
Sunlight drops.
So what we decided as giveaways is in our holiday store, we have 2 gifts that include the Pour More facialist that we were talking about for, helping the lymph system move around your it works like a drainage. I don't know if you understand that English word, French word. It's a drainage, and one comes with the botanical mask for your blue light defender, and the other one comes with the rose mask. Yeah. And Sarah, you need to look at this now. What's the pricing that we have in the store? What's the retail? And
retail is $71, and the store discount for the holiday store discount is $39 for each of these. So
whoa,
yes, so they sell for $39 together with the mask, which I don't have one right now. And so now we have to come up with 2 questions. And as always, 1 question you, Elizabeth.
Okay.
1 question me. And Sarah will be spotting who is first in giving the right answer.
If you guys are all wondering why I keep looking one way, because I'm watching your comments and I'm watching who's going to win.
Exactly. So we're going to let you go for a moment before we bring you back.
Perfect.
And I want to explain this really quick because everybody's internet and speed works differently. So on my screen, your comment comes maybe up a little bit higher or lower than on Elizabeth's screen or on your screen. So the person who's going to call who on the screen and taking a screenshot so it's fair is Sarah. So whoever comes up in Seattle at Sarah will be the one that we go by. So in the meantime, hopefully, you look like you're thinking.
I'm thinking.
Elizabeth, what is your question? Ding dong, ding dong.
Okay. So it's a question that you will know if you've been watching. If you've been watching all night, you will know. Okay, when it is dark and we have very little daylight during this season and in the winter in Minnesota, what is the one product that you should use to help combat that? You know the answer, Ulli.
I do.
Okay. Someone's going to write it in.
See if we can get some.
You got to write it in the chat.
Answers, write it in the chat real quick.
There we go. They're popping in. We'll see which one Sarah got first.
Yes. And now where we already have everybody, we have already a winner. It's the Sunlight Drops.
Sunlight Drops.
This is a vitamin D-like boost.
Yep, this is it. So as this will be, on days when you're going to be inside or days when it's cloudy, and in the Midwest and the upper Midwest, when it is dark a lot, this is like non-negotiable. And this is when people say, oh, your skin has like a glow to it. I credit the Sunlight Drops.
Yeah. It actually has a little bit of a illuminator in there, a little bit of a cosmetic. Ooh. So it gives you that, radiant glow. but it's that vitamin D-like boost from the chicory root, that extract. And I always tell everybody, look it up on Google. These are, real clinical studies. This vitamin-like boost creates the same repair action in the skin as natural vitamin D does. So it really helps that skin to stay healthy. So my question, to go to the next one, and then, well, let's see if Sarah has already a winner. Here we go.
I do. So the winner of that set is Sarah Lage. And I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. It could be Lage. It could be Sarah, Lage.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Sarah.
Yes. Congratulations. It's your name buddy.
Sarah. Yeah, exactly. She spells Sarah the same way.
You got to finish it with an H. I'm looking for her, but I can't find it.
I see her.
Oh, here we go.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's going to be the Radiance and Radiance Refining Kit.
Oh, great.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay, Ulli, you're up.
So now I have an unrelated pour more question.
Oh.
I'm going to make it now really hard. And some people maybe have to look it up real quick. So what TV show is Elizabeth Reese the host of?
Maybe not fair for the Seattle people, but they'll have to figure it out.
There are a couple of Seattle people.
Yeah, there is.
These are your people, Sarah.
Yes.
Are they going to get
You're
it?
right. It was not 100%. I will next time make sure I put something before. I'm so sorry.
That's a good. That's a great one.
By now, everybody who loves Pour More knows you already, Elizabeth. You are our, overall star.
Aww.
And here we go.
They're popping in.
There's no answer.
You can tell they're abbreviating so they can type fast.
Yeah, exactly. So this is going to challenge me a bit. I hope I do it justice. Cheryl Schmileski.
Ooh. Cheryl, she got it fast. Schmileski.
She did.
I bet everybody pronounces it in a strange way. Way to go, Cheryl. You got it.
Congratulations. And both of you can, of course, pick, you and Sarah, which one you want. We're not, so you want the botanical one, or you want the rose the rose moisture mask. Yes.
So Sarah and Cheryl, I'll reach out to you via email or via Facebook Messenger. So look out for an email from me and we'll follow up with you.
So great.
Well, congratulations to all the winners.
This is so much fun. Thanks to everybody for joining us. This is just like, I just look forward to these. It's so relaxing and it's fun, and it's great to just get to have a nice conversation without producers telling us to wrap it up.
Exactly. But talking about relaxing, where are the kiddies? I miss them. Normally, they would be coming in with some kind of excuse just to look into the camera and say hello. So where are they?
I know. And then Jay is bopping up being like, come on, come on. The boys are downstairs with Jay and they are watching a movie and they're all cozied up and having a great night. And then Bernie's actually on a class overnight trip.
Wow, what is she?
She is doing this really fun, like, wilderness center overnight trip. And so she left this morning. And so we kind of don't know what to do with ourselves without her.
She's growing up, Elizabeth. She's growing up.
She really is. So it's she's gone for the night. So we have the boys, and then we'll get them to bed. And if I may just say a little, my dad isn't watching, but I want to say happy 70th birthday to my dad. My dad turned 70 today.
Oh my God! Happy birthday, Elizabeth's dad!
I know.
Happy birthday, big 70.
About him, I only know Susie. But, I know already he's the luckiest man on the planet with his beautiful daughters and with your mom.
We're going to celebrate with him this weekend. So he's very excited. And we're celebrating with his favorite thing, which is taking his 3 daughters to a Packers game. So we're going to Green Bay, and that's his favorite thing. And we've got all sorts of fun matching gear with surprises for him. So we're going to have a good time. It'll be fun.
You know what I remember about your dad is when you were talking first about when you broke your ankle, he broke his leg right after. So he could be, when he wrote this thing, I'm just making sure my daughter is not the only one. It was such a nice comment that he had with it when he was, right after.
That's because he tried to cut down a tree by himself. Speaking of the tree of life, it was nearly the tree of death in my parents' front yard that he decided to try to cut down. You should not do that. And I did actually, in honor of his birthday today, if you go to my Instagram, you can see the picture of us in matching boots and crutches when we both had, and it is like the worst picture of me ever. And I just apparently have no shame and don't care. And so I also posted.
You're so real, Elizabeth. That's why everybody here loves you. You're the real thing. And that's just so beautiful. Nobody can compete with this,
Well, I did post a little, a baby picture of him holding me when I was a baby. And I got like 100 messages from people saying that you are baby Bernie. Baby Bernie is you. Like it was pretty fun. So always got, you know what, you guys, you got to hold on to those celebrations and appreciate them. But I've loved spending time with you guys tonight.
Well, me too. I love our Facebook Lives. As we said, we're going to be back, as Sarah said, December 2nd, and that will be another in-person Facebook Live. So everybody who can join us in person in Twin Cities, in the Twin Cities, which is already sold out. The event, it sold like literally in minutes this time.
So fast.
So we made from 30 now 60 people. So next time we do 100 people, just to make sure we, see when we ever reach the ceiling. It will be so much fun. But everybody, the Facebook Live will go on like all the time. But you're going to see the crowd around it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It'll be great.
Like a holiday, party.
Oh, we'll have to dress up. We'll have to wear some sparkly things or something, don't you think?
Yes. No, for sure.
And we'll still do the secret word. So whether you're there in person or you join us on Facebook, you can still enter the secret word for the beautiful necklace and see everything that's going on.
Yeah. Yes. It'll be great fun.
Yeah. With this, I say good night to everybody. Thank you so much for being here, having all these amazing questions. Any questions you have more, make sure you email us, Sarah, Joanna, myself, Max, we're always there. Elizabeth, even, because so many people ask her, we are always here to help answering all.
I was forwarding Sarah an email today. I was like, hey, Sarah, can you help us out? I just want to say to everyone.
And Linda was here tonight. So,
oh, good.
Yeah, she said thank you for that. So that's
great. Gosh.
Look at this. Cynthia's birthday, her dad too. So happy birthday, heaven birthday with it. Yeah.
Okay, everyone go and wash your face and use your Pour Moi Climate Smart Skincare Night Cream before you go to bed, okay?
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi, it's me again. I just said goodbye, but now I'm going to say hello for our next Facebook Live event. Elizabeth and I can't wait to see you again December 2nd. So put it in your calendar. And until then, stay healthy, happy, beautiful. We can't wait to see you again.